we doing? I hope everybody is surviving so far. Thank you everyone who joined me yesterday for the stretch flow. Today is going to be a little bit more intense. We're going to be focusing on shoulders, arms, upper back, and it's going to be fantastic. It's really important that you remember, if anything is feeling a little bit sore, especially in your lower back area, take a break. It's okay if you're not quite sure of anything. No worries, I would not force past anything that doesn't feel like just a muscle burn, you know? So it's a beautiful morning, but it's a little bit chilly, so let's get ourselves warmed up. We're going to start off on our hands and knees. Taking your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, we're going to do a cat-cow. So nice deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, curl, and round it through your back like you're making an angry cat shape. Inhale as you stick your bum up, release your belly, lift your chin and chest, look forwards. Big exhale, tuck the tail, curl, rounding up through the spine. Inhale as you stick your bum up, release your belly, lift your chin and chest. Big exhale, pressing up through the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, pulling your collarbones through the frame of your arms. Let's do one more each way. Exhale to round. Nice deep inhale to arch. And then on your next exhale, let's find neutral. Okay, so we're going to bring those knees a little bit closer together. You can touch them together if you want to. And then take your hands out until your baby fingers, your pinkies, line up with the edges of your mat. So we're going to go for a few chest push-ups just to warm up again, staying on the knees. So as you inhale, bend your elbows and allow your nose to tap the floor. Exhale, push up with control. Inhale, bend the elbows, nose taps to the floor. Exhale to push up. Inhale and exhale. The great thing about push-ups when you're on your knees is you can measure how hard you want it to be. So the further forwards that you take your head, the harder it is. The further behind your hands you take your head, the easier it is. So measure how hard you want to make this. Let's go for another 3. Inhale to bend. Exhale to push. We've got 2. 1 more. Beautiful, long arms. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, find a downward dog. Gorgeous, and you can take a little walk with your legs. So stretching out the shoulders here for a sec. And then nice and easy, long legs. Let's bring ourselves forward so that we can find a high plank position. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Imagine that you're lengthening forwards through the top of the head while you're reaching back through your heels. Okay, taking it into a little bit of side plank territory. Let's bring our right hand directly underneath our nose. Allow your heels to spin towards the right side, and then maybe you can bring your left arm up into the air. Easier option is to bring your right knee down to the mat if you need a little more support. Otherwise, keep it out nice and long. Breathing for 4, 3, 2. Gently on 1, let your left hand come back to the mat. Fix your feet. Take a second, find that center plank. Okay, left hand comes underneath the nose. Spin the heels towards the left. Maybe you're okay to lift your right arm up to the sky. And if you need to bring that left knee down, absolutely no problem. Keep breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, that right hand comes back to the mat. Let's find our center plank position. Okay, warming up the shoulders a little bit more. On your inhale, lift your hips up and back to downward dog. Exhale, come forwards to your high plank. Inhale, lift the hips up and back. Exhale, high plank. 3 to go. Inhale. And exhale. Mobilizing through the shoulders for 2. Last one, you guys. We're taking it into that high plank, okay? Stay with me here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be lowering our body down towards the floor, but we're gonna make it last for 10 seconds, okay? So start bending your elbows. Lowering for 10, 9, keep breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lie down. Oh, okay, only 25 minutes to go. Let's bring our arms long by our sides. Okay, so just to get a little bit of tricep action and to get the heart rate up a little bit more, we're going to do a Pilates exercise called the backwards 100. So first off, I want you to imagine that you're drawing your belly button up off the mat, like you're nailing your belly button towards the back of your spine. Press your hip bones and your pubic bone down. See, is it okay for you to float your legs? On your inhale, lift your chest and float your hands. We're going to start pumping those arms up. So it's 10 deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. 9 left. Keep going. So your torso and your legs stay still. They stay elevated. And it's a nice strong pump with your arms. You're not just flapping your hands here because you want to feel those triceps working. Inhaling deep through the nose. Big exhale through your mouth. We are halfway there. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 4 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 3. 2. Last big breath, you guys. Amazing. Bring your fingertips underneath your forehead. Rest your head, rest your feet. And give your hips a wiggle side to side. Release out that lower back. So that was strengthening for your back muscles as well as the backs of the arms. So from here, let's take our hands kind of, not to be crude, but like in line with your nipples, so it's a little bit behind the shoulder. The fingertips are spread, and you want to imagine that you are pinning your elbows in a little bit more towards your sides. So these are called, I'm going to call them cobra push-ups. So you're drawing that belly button up, and on your inhale, lengthen forwards through the top of the head just until you create a bit of a chest lift. You shouldn't be so high that you feel this in your lower back, so make sure it's just a little chest lift. Now, with your hands, I want you to create the feeling of pushing into the floor. Your back doesn't necessarily bend anymore, but you do come up higher. And inhale, you lower back down. Try that again. Exhale as you lengthen forwards through the top of the head. Whenever the chest lifts, then you push, 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 push with the hands. And inhale to come down. Keep going. Exhale, lengthen forwards through the top of the head. Push with your hands. Maybe you come a little higher this time. And slowly inhale, lower down. We're going to do another 5 like this. It really depends on your back, how high you can come up. The purpose of this is to feel it in the arms. So however long you can keep your hands really pushing, really driving into the floor. What are we on? 3 left? Keep going. Deep breaths. Push, 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 push into the floor. Let's do 1 more like this, guys. Lengthening forwards through the top of the head, finding the lift in the chest. Push with your hands, hold, breathe. 4, 3, 2, and take it down on 1. Well done. Give yourself a second. My mother is in the kitchen exercising. She didn't want to be in the video, so when I look over there and I laugh, it's because of her. Say hi, Mom.
Hi,
guys. Okay, we're going to switch position. So, use your hands on the mat. Gently press yourself up to your knees. Let's walk the knees in, and we're going to sit down on our bum for a sec. So you can just cross your legs if that feels good for you. Okay, now, just to take the pressure out of the wrist, because a lot of that was wrist strength as well, put your fingertips on your shoulders and start taking your elbows into nice big circles forwards. So your fingertips are on your shoulders and you're drawing these big, big circles. You might even feel the head of your arm bone rotating in the socket here and mobilizing the joints, and change direction. Nice big circles with your elbows. For 2 more. Okay, now relax here for a sec. This next sequence is courtesy of my great friend Christina Leddy, who owns the Pilates barn in Enniskerry. I'll tag her. This is a fantastic exercise, so thank you, Christina. We're going to start ourselves off with the elbows in towards the waist and your palms facing up to the sky. Now try to keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Take a big breath in. Exhale, reach your arms out to the sides as long as you can. Stretch through your middle fingers. Inhale, bend the elbows in towards the waist. And again, exhale to reach long through your middle fingers. Inhale to bend. Exhale to reach. We're going to do 5 more. Inhale. And exhale, reach. 4. Imagine that your wingspan is getting a little bit longer each time for 3. And 2. Stretch away. 1 more. We're going to hold this next one all the way out, so keep going super, super long through your middle fingers. Now, like you're coloring in a dot, let's start doing baby circles forwards. Can you keep your shoulders down? We don't want them hiking up around the ears here. Beautiful. Now we're still in the same direction with those circles, but can we make them medium-sized circles? That's it. Now again, watch those shoulders. Is it possible for you to keep your torso still? Just let the arms and the shoulders move. Now we're still going in the same direction, but they're going to be big circles now. Imagine that you want to come right up in line with your ears. Whew, there we go. Okay, now the circles are staying big, but we're going to go backwards. Keep the breath. Gorgeous work. Right up in line with your ears. The circles are staying backwards, but now they're becoming medium-sized circles. Try to keep those palms facing the ceiling. Torso stays still. Okay, now we're still going backwards, but we're going to start coloring in that dot a little bit quicker, teeny tiny. Beautiful. Keep the breath. Okay. Oh, I'm moving all over the place. Now, with control, those arms are going to stay still. Right, from here, I want you to keep your upper arms where they are. Just bend your elbows like you're making a cactus or a goalpost. As you inhale, bring your elbows and hands to touch in front of you. Exhale, open out to the cactus. Inhale, elbows and hands come to touch. Exhale, open out. And again, inhale. Exhale. You might, if you pay attention to it, feel the movement of your shoulder blades on your back. It's pretty cool. Nerd. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Feel the shoulder blades separate for another 3. And 2. Now on the last one, we're going to bring the elbows and hands together. We're going to stay there. These are your prayer pulses. So can we bring those elbows up as high as possible, but you want to make sure they stay squeezing together. Now pulse those arms up, 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 and breathe. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale, press the air away. Oh, roll those shoulders. I'm dying. Okay, shake those arms. Nice work, you guys. So, what I'm going to do now, stay facing me, is I'm going to mirror you. So I will be cueing right and left. I'm doing the opposite to that, okay? So I'm going to tell you now to put your left hand down on the floor like this. So I'm mirroring you. Take your legs over to the right side. Again, your left hand is on the floor. Your top foot is going to be in front of the bottom foot. If you need to use your top hand to give you a little bit of leverage in the floor, absolutely go ahead. Otherwise, start with your top hand on your top hip. We're going to make our way into a side plank again. So big breath in. Exhale, press into your left hand, your floor hand. Feel the hips lift. One at a time, can you straighten out those legs, finding your side plank. Option to bring that bottom knee to the floor if you need to. Top hand reaches up to the sky. We're going to go for thread the needle. Inhale, twist and rotate your top arm underneath the body. Exhale, back to side plank. Inhale, thread the needle, twist. Exhale, side plank. 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now, you might be like, hey, Carolyn, I'm feeling my obliques here. I thought this was upper body. Well, yes, I'm throwing in some core. What about it? We're also working on the stabilization of your bottom shoulder. Okay, let's try for 1 more. So this top hand is going to go all the way up to the sky. Now we're making our way back to the center plank. So your top hand spins to the floor. Fix your feet, find that center plank. Amazing. Hold it here. Inhale, let's lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Exhale, take it forwards, high plank. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, 1 more, inhale. Exhale, take it to that high plank. You're gonna hold, breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Tops of your feet down. Sit your bum back on the heels. Take a couple of wrist circles. Beautiful. Now facing me again. Cross those legs. That's it. Now this time, again, I'm mirroring you. It's your right hand going to the floor beside you. Your legs are kicking over to the left side. Top foot in front of the bottom foot. Top hand either on the mat or on your hip. Big breath in. When you're ready, exhale, pushing into that base hand. 1 at a time, can you straighten out the legs? Option to put that bottom knee on the floor. Maybe this top arm can reach up to the sky. And let's try thread the needle. Inhale, twist. Rotate under. Exhale, side plank. Inhale to twist. Exhale to side plank. Inhale. And exhale, give me another 3. Let's try 2. Just 1 more. We're finding that side plank. We are holding with control. 4, 3, 2. This top hand is coming to the floor with control. Yes, you, mom. Find your center plank. Hold. As you inhale, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. Exhale, take it forwards, high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, high plank. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale, finding that high plank. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and knees down. Tops of the feet down. Bum all the way back on your heels. So drop your head, guys. Take a little breath in your child's pose. Perfect. Okay. A little more shoulder action. We're taking the pressure off the wrists. Come forwards again in that all fours position, but let's take ourselves down onto our elbows here, onto our forearms. Okay, option is yours. You could put your hands together in a prayer or in a fist. I promise that's going to be hard, but if anybody wants to make it even harder, take your hands shoulder distance apart, so you nearly end up making this kind of sphinx position on the floor. What you would want if you're going to do those sphinx arms is your wrist and elbow are at the same line, and then your shoulders directly above your elbow. Okay, so whichever hand position you're going to do, pick it now. Let's extend our right toes back behind us. Tuck them on the floor. Lean forwards into your arms. Extend the left toes back behind you, tuck them under. Now you're in a short plank position. If you are doing the sphinx arms, can you imagine you're trying to pull the mat apart? Now as you inhale, lift your hips. Kind of like that downward dog, yeah. Exhale, take it forward, short plank. Inhale, lift the hips up and back. Exhale, short plank. They're so much harder. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Now, you've got 1 more. You're gonna lift your hips and you're gonna stay there. Can you walk your toes in closer? Lift those hips high. Yeah, good. This is dolphin. Hold it here. Lift your hips, walk the toes in. Yes. Lift the hips higher. Push the floor away from you with your arms. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees down. Tops of the feet down. Sit your bum back. And let's take a little puppy to stretch out those shoulders. So you can keep your elbows on the floor. Take it into the Sphinx arms if you're not there yet. Now let's walk those knees back as much as we can. I would take the knees about hip distance apart here and allow your chest to sink down towards the floor. Look forwards in between your hands. Breathing nice and deep. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then gently take yourself forwards. You can lie right down on your tummy. Little Sphinx position here. Hands in the exact same position. Press your hips, your pubic bone down and forwards. Lift your chest up. Imagine pulling the mat towards you. Collarbones pulling a little bit wider through the frame of your arms. And then gently rest your chin. Okay, hands come underneath those shoulders. Pin your elbows in towards your sides and tuck your toes. So we're going to be pressing up to a plank here. If you need to push up to your knees first, go for it. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, start to push, 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 push with your hands till you're in that plank. If you press up to the knees, come back up into plank now. Hold it here. Okay. Now, we did wide push-ups earlier. What about our narrow push-ups? Let's very lightly take the knees to the floor. Now, you should end up not in an all-fours position, but in a long line from the shoulders to the hips to the knees. Let the tops of your feet come down. Walk your hands 1 inch closer either side. So as you inhale, bend your elbows back behind you. Can you feel them skimming your waist? Exhale, push up with control. Inhale, bend the elbows, skim them alongside your waist. Exhale, push up with control. We're going to do 4. Inhale. And exhale. Last 3. If you have to walk the knees in to make it a little bit easier, of course you can. Last 2. Just 1 more. Beautiful. Walk those knees in. Come on up into a high kneeling position. Circle out those wrists. Okay, we're so close to being finished. 1 last thing and then we'll stretch it out. So take your legs out to the side. You're going to sit down on your bum. Feet are out in front of you. Okay, so from here, and let's do 1 arm at a time. Reach one of your hands forwards. Bring it in this lovely big circle back and around until your hand lands on the floor. Let your fingertips point away from you. And then other arm, bring it all the way up and around. Let your hand land so both thumbs are pointing out to the sides and your fingertips are pointing back behind you. Lift your chest up to the ceiling. Okay, now check. How are you doing here? For some of us, this is going to be mega intense. If you're not feeling a stretch at the fronts of your shoulders yet, try to bring your bum closer to your heels. And then if you're like, I'm starting to feel the stretch now, but I want more, 1 leg at a time straightens out in front of you. Lift the chest up to the ceiling. 3 big breaths here. Last big breath, you guys. Gorgeous. If those legs have straightened, one leg at a time, bend them back in, let your feet go flat. Use your feet here to push your bum back towards your hands. Okay, now the hands stay in the same position, but we're going to spin the fingertips so that they face forwards. They're facing the same direction as our toes now. Okay, now imagine that you want to pin your elbows in towards each other behind you, because notice, if your elbows go out to the side, what happens? The shoulders hunch forwards, we cave. But if we pin those elbows behind us, we can open up through that chest. Now, feet together. We're going to do a few tricep dips here. So as you inhale, bend your elbows back behind you. Exhale, push up with control. Inhale to bend. Exhale to push. If you're tight in your chest and shoulders, this is killer. If you're not really, we can make it a little bit harder. You can lift your bum up off the floor, and again, just work through the arms. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. The higher your bum is, the harder it is. But when you get to that point where you're like, oh, my shoulders are caving forwards, you've gone a little bit too far. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, guys, straighten those arms. Now, can you lift that bum higher? Higher, higher. Breathe, look up at the ceiling, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and easy let that bum come all the way down. Soften your chest, let your legs go out in front of you. Sit up tall, reach the arms really high. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forwards over your legs, drop your chin. Now imagine that you're trying to say yes to somebody, but you're doing it in slow motion. Start gently nodding your head up and down. So you're nodding yes, but in slow motion. And then at the same pace, imagine you're telling somebody no. Allow that head to turn side to side, shaking no in slow motion. Okay. And then the head centers. Let your hands slide towards you. Come all the way up to seated tall. Turn and face me. Let's cross those legs. Okay. So, again, I'm going to mirror you. Take your right hand across your body. Grab the forearm with your left hand or use your wrist and just gently pull it across, stretching out through the shoulder. A little bit of old school PE, yeah? And then nice and easy, release, swap it over. Pull across. And then release, give it a little shake. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Reach your hands back as far as you can away from you. And to make that a little bit deeper, see what it's like to push the heels of your hands together. Now, you could stay there. That might feel absolutely perfect. You're really getting a squeeze through the shoulder blades. Or if anybody wants to try fold forwards, you absolutely can. Think about your arms lifting up to the sky. Again, if it was better to stay sitting up straight, no problem. Take 2 big breaths wherever you are. 1 more. And easy, let your hands come down to your bum. Let that head lift. Separate the fingers and roll your shoulders around. Well done, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me again today. There will be another class on tomorrow. I need to figure out a time, but I will let you know ASAP. And thank you so much to everybody who has donated so far to my Revolut. My number is in the highlights in my Instagram stories. And if you hadn't heard me explain it before, these donations are really helping me because I am pretty much out of work at the moment with my studios. But also there's a lot of charities which are suffering because they can't put on their fundraisers at the moment. So For 20% of every donation that is made to me, I'm going to be donating that on to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So again, thank you so much for all of your support. And if it's not within your means, don't stress, still follow along. It's really important that we stay moving, that we stay nice and healthy. So thank you. Have a great day.